Oh, they're so kind. They're so kind. I love the fact you can tell Jonathan Kidd is an actor because he cheers when he's being cheered. You know, he understands.
No, it was in a group cheer.
They call that, you'd know this because you're a musician too, they call that double tracking, don't they?
Yeah.
They do.
Yeah.
You're a double tracker.
Yeah.
As opposed to a dirt tracker,
that.
which is something completely different.
No, I don't even want
Anyway,
to
we're
discuss
back.
that.
We're back. This is the Chelsea Football FanCast, and I am Stanford Chidge. This fantastic man is Louis Walsh. That is Gary Barlow, and this is Sharon Osbourne. Also known as Chelsea Chatter, Darren Mantle, and Jonathan Kidd.
No, don't go. And Jonathan Kidd.
And Jonathan Kidd. And Jonathan Kidd, or a Jonathan Kidd. Those are the benches. They are lovely and fantastic. And this here segment of the show is called The Fannies. And it's great fun. If you've never watched or listened to the show before, basically we like to give out our match awards. And we have them for Man of the Match. We have them for Chant of the Match. We have them for something called the Guinness moment, which is for a moment of brilliant skill or flair that's guaranteed to make you go, ooh, or something like that. And we have a Celery moment, which is a moment of comedy, stupidity on or off the pitch, or a moment of proper Chelseness. Something like Ron Harris kicking somebody. So somebody kicking somebody for absolutely no reason, or even a good reason. I don't mind. That would be a Celery moment. And we're going to start this week with the Man of the Match. And my nominations are, you will be not surprised to hear, they are Branner, Cech, and... No, I'm only joking. They are Hazard, of course, for the Stoke game, because I'm doing both Stoke and Sunderland before you accuse me of cheating, but I don't think
this is what I was you should do.
But actually, what I've done is I've nicked Darren's brilliant idea, and we're now covering both matches. But anyway, yeah, Hazard, who you just saw on your screen there for his amazing performance against Stoke. Schurrle, for his amazing, I thought, a brilliant performance against Stoke. Sorry, Hazard was for Sunderland, I'm going mad. And lastly, Lampard for his performance against Sunderland, which I thought was also very, very good. So there we go. So those are our three. Cheddar, what do you think? What's your vote?
I think I'd probably go for Hazard just because he's done it over 2 games as opposed to Schurrle across the one. So I was impressed. I mean, they're pretty mirror image performances, really, of getting the 2 goals and really destroying
statistically
defenders.
speaking.
Yes, statistically speaking.
Because your kind of métier.
Yeah. And then, I mean, Hazard had that close shot as well, where he might have got his third, where he kind of danced around a little bit and the keeper saved it with his legs. So, not much between them, really. But I think because Hazard had a bit of a better performance in the other game, he would get my vote. OK. Isn't it nice to have Chatter on the table? Maybe I'll put that in a different way. Isn't it nice to have Chatter on the table with us? That would be better English, wouldn't it? It is. It's really. Yeah, I mean it.
I said a lot of
nice.
things I was going to say. So.
Well, I'm sorry, Darren. I'll ask you first next time.
I had a few more things, don't worry.
OK, all right. Well, I have to say that I thought that Schurrle's performance was brilliant. But, I mean, Hazard's performance, I think, against Sunderland was one of the best solo performances by a Chelsea player that I've seen in donkeys. Probably the best solo performance I've seen by a Chelsea player since the days when I was so drunk I wouldn't have remembered anyway. Does that make sense? Kind of. Anyway, I thought it was pretty damn good. But Darren, so I'm going to vote for Hazard.
Yeah, I'm going to vote for Hazard because he set up a goal. It was a very good assist when he ran down to the byline, swung it in for Lampard, and both his goals, like he just made himself really. And which is Schurrle's was obviously very good goals, but there was just a little bit more to him. I can't believe after he did the first one, cutting outside a bit more and hitting it, that the Sunderland defence didn't sort of realise what it was going to do. But so I just stopped. So yeah, Hazard.
I can't wait to talk about it in the Sunderland game actually, because I mean it was. I thought it was a super performance. JK, are we going any further with this, or are you going to be a Hazard
I don't
man?
know what Lampard is on there for. Actually.
Because he scored a goal, and I mean he made Hazard's second goal with that brilliant back
but
heel.
There's no comparison.
He played
with Hazard.
But I mean, you've got to vote. Listen, you mug. You've got to vote for 3. OK? So, therefore, out of all of the 3 performances this week, Lampard's was probably the third best, in my opinion.
But he's an also-ran.
What have you put in his carrot juice? Goodness gracious me.
Ross's ratings confirm, actually. They are the 3 highest rated.
All right, then. I'll give it all to Ross. But I said there should be 2 lots of Ross's ratings.
Who are you going to vote for?
Because Hazard, because he played very well in the first half against Stoke. In the second half, he was in. They had 3 on him, and he didn't replicate it. They played much better in the second half. We have to say that for Stoke.
They did.
They really did. Hughes, who I bow down to as being one of the great Chelsea players that I've ever seen, was he's a decent manager when it comes to doing that kind of thing.
First time he's ever beaten Chelsea as a manager.
Yeah.
And also, I think there's a stat later on the show which is very interesting about Mark, and I'm not going to steal his thunder, so I'm not going to say anything.
Okay.
But anyway, you're going for Hazard. I'm going for Hazard. We're all going for Hazard. Benches Hazard. Unanimous. What an unbelievable surprise not. Right, next one is Chant of the Match, which I love. I love. Basically, 2 from Stoke and 1 from Sunderland. The first of which is when we were doing quite well against Stoke and were in fact winning. We did sing Down with United, You're Going Down with United, which I really did think was very, very funny. I did like that. Yeah. And of course, one thing, and Tell would approve of this, Darren, he really would. When you go to an away match and we're clearly out singing the opposition, even though Stoke, they're usually quite noisy, to be fair to them, we outsung them on Saturday. But here for the Chelsea, you're only here. That really winds home fans up, doesn't it? Tell used to love that, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, so I'm definitely going for that one. And then the last one, I thought, on 30 minutes in at Sunderland, the most raucously loud Chelsea, which, of course, I'm always a sucker for, so I had to put that one in. So those are the nominations. Darren, you have first dibs.
Down with United.
Absolutely. And what are you choosing? Ha ha!
Oh, Chidge, you are a 1.
I am a 1. That's been said many times, usually with several letters after it. Something occurring... perhaps randomly, but anyway, Jonathan.
Down with United.
Down with United. Cheddar.
Yeah, I think just for the comedy effect that it's not going to be a while since we get to sing that again, I'm going to go for Down with United.
Yeah, you never know. I'm hoping that we can continue singing that throughout the rest of the season, actually. I think could well be Chant of the Year, Down with United. Benches, are you happy with that or what?
In the bar before the start of the Stoke game, they did the most crazy Let's Go.
Let's go rather crazy.
Which everyone's beering,
Yeah, beer shower. I do like a bit of a beer shower at half time. Yeah.
It was absolutely mad. It really was.
Excellent. Now, while you've got the floor, Bunsey, you got a story to tell me about the Stoke game. You had a travelling companion who is perhaps to be known as a Jonah and should be banned from all away trips henceforth.
Banned. And only a pound has actually tweeted.
Has he?
She's not going to get an away ticket anymore.
Really? Truly Terry, we should name her.
Ms. Terry Fisk.
Oh, Terry. Because she's had a bad run. So Everton, Newcastle and Stoke, she's gone to. And
she did go to Arsenal on her first day.
So you let me go. I mean, you can't say that it's all her fault. Then.
Exactly.
League matches.
Yeah.
Okay. You're such a hard man. Dear me.
She can go to Derby.
Now, okay. What about Coventry? There we go. I'm loving it.
You are a 1.
I am a 1 again. Yes, again. I can't be. I must be a 2 because that's twice.
Be a 2. That's twice. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Now, I've enjoyed that. I do like a bit of songs, and I think it is unanimous. Down with United. You're going Down with United. It has to be the choice this week. Now. As you know, talking of songs, I'm sitting next to the man who has invented the best Cesar Azpilicueta song ever. His name is Cesar Azpilicueta, and he wears number 28. And we think he's rather good. Don't say what we really say. So, we love that song, and we actually do call him Cesar Azpilicueta. Yeah. And a lot of people out there, apparently including the Chelsea players, that have decided that it's very funny to call Cesar Dave because they can't pronounce whatever. Anyway, Azpilicueta has come out with an incredibly funny video which you've got to watch. Are you ready for this, people? Roll!
Hello, I'm Cesar Azpilicueta and I'm going to teach you how to spell my name. Azpilicueta. Azpilicueta. Azpilicueta.
Azpilicueta.
Azpilicueta.
Azpilicueta.
Azpilicueta.
It's very easy.
I love that. Right, now everybody all together now. Azpilicueta. One more time. Azpilicueta. It's not hard. No more Dave, please. All right? The man himself doesn't like it, doesn't want it. You know how to say it. There are no more excuses. That is it.
Can we call him Cesar?
I think Cesar would be better.
Yeah,
exactly. Anyway, well, we've run that because I thought it was quite funny, so I nicked it off YouTube and thought I'd share it with you. But what I do like to do in this little bit is to run a VT that you yourself may well have filmed in a football ground, of you lot chanting, or like Bunsey was saying, have a bit of a beer shower at half-time. So if you can film something for us, we will run it in the show. Remember, film it that way, not that way, otherwise it looks stupid. And then just email me, chelseafancast@gmail.com, and we'll figure out how to get it in the show. So please do that. Right, now it is time for our Guinness moment, and I have a lovely selection of 3 of them here. Actually, not hard this week. Hazard's second goal against Sunderland, I just thought was superb. So that gets a shout. Schurrle's second goal against Stoke was brilliant. I thought wonderful, boshed it, left foot, lovely. My third one might be a bit controversial, I don't know, but it definitely made me go, ooh. And that is Hazard's footwork for the shot where he shot and then, it was saved against Stoke, and then Torres skied the rebound over the bar when he should have scored. Then?
To Torres' miss?
I can't say it on a family show.
I thought not.
No. But, I mean, I was oohing and ahhing because I thought Hazard's footwork, it was like the ball was on a string. It was just incredible. And he unleashed his shot. Good save by the goalkeeper, and then Torres blew it totally. But I reckon that was worth a shout. So those is the 3 nominations, Chadder. What would you like?
Oh, it's not the one that I was hoping was on there, but...
what were you hoping was
Well, I think it was when Schurrle hit the bar for me.
Yeah, but it hit the bar and didn't go in.
Yeah, but that made me go, oh!
Did it?
Yeah.
Sounds like you were straining a bit.
Yeah. I won't tell you where I was watching it.
Okay. The acoustics are much better there, of course.
Yeah. So we've had this chat before.
We have,
yes.
haven't we? Yeah. Common theme.
So yeah, that was the one I would have chosen. But if I had to choose out of those 3, I'd probably go for Hazard's second goal.
That's not a bad choice. I would probably go for that. I'm keeping my powder dry for a second, though, Darren.
Yeah, as a second goal, it was a good run from outside, link up with Lampard, and then the fact when he got the ball back, he still had a bit more to do before scoring. So
you want to go for Hazard's second? Definitely. Good man. Mr. Kidd.
Hazard's second goal.
Hazard's second goal.
Marvellous.
Can you do that in the style of a northern Bernard Manning type character?
Hazard's second goal.
Yeah. See, you get more points for that.
Thanks very much.
That's all right. Don't give up your day job. Anyway, so Hazard's second goal is getting 3 votes here, so it's relevant what I vote for. I'm going to vote, actually, for the footwork before the shot where he missed, because I know that I can't lose, because I quite like the idea of Hazard's second goal anyway, but I think that deserves a mention. Benches, what would you like?
I'm going to go with Cheddar.
Yeah?
Schurrle's hitting the bar.
Really?
Yeah.
Even though it's not on the list and therefore you're not allowed to?
Yeah, I'm going... Sorry.
I'm going with you for the footwork.
Good man,
also
Gary.
because of other bits of footwork in the game. There's one where he sold 2 players the wrong way down by the touchline.
He did. I love him. He's brilliant. But thank you, Gary, for that. Boys, are you all right with that? Hazard's second goal?
Hazard's second goal. It was
Dan?
Footwork, I'm afraid. Controversial.
Great
skill.
Split.
Great skill.
Split. Hazard's second goal for Andy, though. Split decision. But I think, the boys around the table voted Hazard's second goal. Hazard's second goal, it is. Right, now we've got lots of fun for the Celery moment, as always. Now, there's some great, I'm just putting the gallery on notice here. There's some great stills coming up in this bit. Oh, they know, apparently. Well, the proof of the pudding will be in the action. Right, Chelsea TV's reaction to Stoke's winner. Have a look at this. This is... Oh, fancy that, Greg. Well done. He's quick on the buzzer tonight. I think this is hilarious. It's Cundy, and I don't know who the bloke in the middle is, and Tommy Langley. That is the minute when Stoke's winner goes in. I mean, that is just... that just made me laugh, because I just thought they are like us. It was a wonderful shot. That's how it felt, didn't it? And they're on TV doing it. I thought that was hilarious. So that's my first nomination. Darren will kick me for putting this in, I know, but it has to be done. I've got to vote for the 3,000 who went up to Sunderland on a Wednesday night, incredibly late. Gary's putting his hand up. Andy, were you there? No. Dan? No, you weren't there. No. Who was there on the benches? Gary was. Yep. Proper. Stevie? Even Bunsey wasn't there, and Bunsey goes to the most ridiculous places. The more extreme they are, the more likely Bunsey... Even he didn't go to Sunderland away. None of us around the table did, because we're all lightweights and plastic.
You have a nice Jonathan, yeah?
OK. Mr. K.
No, I'm more lightweight and plastic than anybody.
He's more like. He's even more lightweight. You know, he proves it by drinking lightweight plastic bottles of carrot juice. But there we go. I mean, you know, that was my point. You know, 3,000 hardy souls went up. I mean, we sold out our allocation to Sunderland. They all turned up. They gave it large. We were loud as anything all night. It was blooming cold. It then took them about 500 days to get back from Sunderland because they shuttled them. Yeah, some of them are still up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of them are still in Seaburn. Anyway, you know, because I said Seaburn, careful. Anyway, you know, they shut the trains the next day because of the... I mean, that's got to be proper Chelsea, Darren, by anybody's...
Yeah. It's the first time I read it and I didn't like it.
I know you wouldn't.
Can we
look at the photograph again? Because I just loved it so much. Can we have the Sunderland photograph? Look at that, look at them. That's proper. You've got to love them. Anyway... And then they must have been pooing their pants at the end of that match, though. Because
how many will they bring different in a week?
About 300.
Yeah, 300.
Right. So anyway, that's going in the pot. Now, my last one. Some will like this, some will not like this. I personally do. But amongst the 3,000, the hardy 3,000 souls that travelled up to Sunderland on Wednesday, was a man who we have often derided. We even have a song proving that derision, but he's clearly a top lad because he was standing with the Chelsea supporters on Wednesday night, and in fact he was standing next to he who must not be named, otherwise known as @onlyA £1, and he was actually brandishing a copy of it at half-time, wasn't he, Gallery? There you go. Hey, Ross Turnbull's won the European Cup, European Cup, European Cup. Ross Turnbull's won the European Cup, and he's holding a CFC UK. I mean, I just thought that was a lovely touch. I mean, and he was with he who must not be named, but he was in with the away end.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
No, that's quality, isn't it?
It's not a short trip from Doncaster to
from Donny.
Yeah, to Turnbull. I'm talking about to Sunderland. To turn into a ball to Sunderland.
That is actually a bottle of Kool-Aid, isn't it?
Yes, yeah.
You are Ken Casey, really, aren't you?
Might be. Yes.
But that's brilliant, isn't it? I mean, I love nothing less than an ex-player, you know, standing with the Chelsea supporters. I just love that.
I think it's slightly
brilliant.
Sad, though, at the
Why?
same time.
How
if you
can
think
that be
about
sad?
it, because you know he's obviously he should be a Doncaster fan, shouldn't he? Really?
No, he shouldn't.
You know.
He enjoyed playing for Chelsea.
Yeah, right. I'm talking out of my ample backside.
Neil Pwan.
Yeah.
No, I mean, you know, he
if
wasn't
he's a Chelsea
brilliant.
fan, was he always a Chelsea fan?
No, I don't think so. But I think he thought, I really love that club. But he had great fun. He's got great money. He won a European Cup, for goodness sake.
Yeah.
How the hell did Ross Turnbull win a European Cup?
Yeah, indeed,
but he did.
It is difficult
He's
to
got
fathom.
a soft spot for this club, and he stood with the fans. I'm going to vote for that, actually, because I just think that's quality. Chad?
I quite like the reaction of the TV
you like
pundits.
That?
Yeah,
you just want to get back on there, don't you?
I've not been on there before.
Oh, I thought they'd invited you on.
Well, he did, but it didn't happen.
Yeah, I've been on there. Sorry, just saying. Anyway, you're going for Chelsea TV.
Yeah.
Darren?
The only reason I wouldn't go for Chelsea TV is because Cundy has to...
Go on, sorry.
Well, with things like with the whole Benitez thing, when he glosses over the fact that everyone's booing him and whatnot. So, whilst it's a very good reaction
told
from
to.
Cundy.
Editorial control.
Anything to do with Cundy, you don't.
What are you voting for?
I like Cundy. Probably Ross Turnbull.
Thank you. Jonathan?
I won't vote for Ross Turnbull because I think it's slightly odd, but I'll vote for Sunderland 3,000 away.
OK, so we've got we got two Turnbulls.
Yeah.
Two Turnbulls and a Cundy. And
a 3,000 away.
I think Turnbull gets it by a short head, as they say. But I'm really delighted with that, largely because I voted for it. But unfortunately, there is no right of reply. It's time for a break. Ha ha! We'll be back in a minute to talk about, funnily enough, the Sunderland game, which is what we've been talking about mostly in this part. Hey ho! Back in a minute.
I'll change my mind. I'll vote for it.